The views expressed on this program are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
You are now listening to the Allen and DJ Show on 103.5 FM WLSP-LP, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. We're here to talk about self-improvement, lifestyle, and becoming the very best version of yourself.
You're now listening to the Allen and DJ Show.
I'm here. Yo, yo, yo. Milwaukee, Sun Prairie, and all the surrounding areas. Y'all know what time this is. It's time for the Allen and DJ Show. And, of course, I'm Allen.
And this is your boy, DJ.
DJ, what's going on, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I don't know. Like, I was going through a crisis, seeing that my Milwaukee Brewers is lost. We got swept. And I needed help. And I said, Bambi, you got to connect me to somebody. I need help.
Okay.
Like, we got to get our state together. We got to get our city together. I need help in every which direction. And she connected me to other than my good old friend, the mayor. And I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hello, Steve Stocker, Mayor of Sun Prairie.
Oh, Steve, good to have you, man. And Bambi been on my case about, talk to the mayor. We got to get things right. Yeah. And I said, well, don't worry. So without further ado, we're only going to bring this to you the way that the Allen and DJ Show is accustomed to bringing it to you. So, Steve, it's good to have you on today, man.
Well, thank you for having me.
For sure. And, I want to get straight to it. So my first question to you is I want to talk about affordable housing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what specific plans do you have to increase access to affordable housing and to prevent displacement, like, in our city?
Okay. Well, first of all, I don't want to speak for the entire council through any of this, but I myself support good projects that provide housing for all.
Nice.
Not just specific, but for all. We have to increase our supply to reduce the demand, and the process will hopefully then lower the prices, make it easier for people to afford. The Affordable Housing Fund, which we created about a year or two ago from not closing a couple tax incremental districts, has currently maybe over $5 million in it.
Nice. Wow.
Of the funds available. So we're still debating on how we're going to utilize these fully.
Okay.
But my budget for 2026, if it does pass the council, does have approximately $1 million in it for one-time expenditures. I haven't approved anything cost to continue. I don't want to add to our tax levy for year after year.
Gotcha.
But the one-time expenditures are going to go toward a case management program that's about $130,000. Owner-occupied development loan program for approximately $600,000,
wow.
And then a home owner rehab loan program for another like $276,000. So those things are going to help, I'm sure, help our
community.
housing.
Yeah.
And in addition, we've funded like half of the Tenant Resource Center, and we've also passed a retaliation ordinance where if someone has an issue, we have an ordinance that will support that. And then our other offshoot, Sun Prairie Utilities, has developed a utility assistance program for people so that hopefully this will all make their life in Sun Prairie much better.
I like that.
Okay. And my question is for you, Scott. I mean, it's an infrastructure question.
Okay.
What do you see as the top infrastructure issues facing the city, and how would you prioritize addressing them?
Okay. Well, it's no secret that we're a fast-growing city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that presents us with different challenges. I would rather be in a fast-growing community than one that's dying, I think, given the two. So anyway, for example, our library, where we're at today, need to expand in order to keep up with the Dane County library standards. If we fail to do so, what this would do is cost us like almost $500,000 every year, because the Dane County Library, if you keep up with their standards, you get, I don't want to call it a rebate, but you get funding from them. And so if we didn't keep up with the growth of our community,
For sure.
then one of the dings we would have had is that our population has grown so much, but your size, your square footage hasn't grown. So as a result, we're not going to fund you. So anyway, in order to keep that funding, we had to expand. So that's one of the challenges. And then the aquatic center, which is just down the road here from the media center,
Yeah.
that needed an upgrade.
Okay.
So we're addressing that at the present time. We've also begun work on a well, speaking of utilities, a well number 10 in our city. It's going to be over by the Sun Prairie East High School.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And it's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
it's going to be an interactive. It's going to actually be like a training center. So as the students, if they want to come out, they'll have classes there to show what a well pump station is all about. So
That's
it's going to be
important, too.
it's going to be a real win-win situation. Also, our wastewater treatment plant, obviously, if our population grows, has to go somewhere. So we've tried to keep up with that growth, and we've recently expanded the facility. But we're also looking ahead. There was a program that I caught wind of about 4 or 5 years ago, and our wastewater treatment manager, Jeremy Kramer, took that ball and ran with it. Right now, we're having to pay to haul our biosolids out.
Wow.
So if you know the whole wastewater
Yeah.
treatment, we separate the liquids from the solids. Well, the solids we haul away. And it's getting harder and harder to find places to haul it, plus the distance is farther and farther, and
Right.
the trucks to haul them are scarcer and scarcer. So you kind of know
Yeah.
which direction this is going. So I said to Jeremy, why don't we find some place, and you being from Milwaukee, do you know about Milorganite?
Yeah. Yeah.
Milorganite, the fertilizer?
Yeah.
I said, why don't we invest and take care of our situation by creating our own pelletized fertilizer that we can sell to residents, to farmers, to whomever, and it'll be a real high quality grade of fertilizer and alleviate our problem with having to haul. So we've expanded our wastewater treatment plant for that, and we're going to be expanding even further when we have this biosolid dryer system in place. We're going to mix it with composting, which we've been a huge compost. We have huge piles out there that's turning it into rich soil. We're going to mix that with the biosolids and create a really high quality product. So really happy with that. So anyway, yeah, that's some of the
Okay.
challenges we're facing with infrastructure.
Okay.
Gotcha. So now I want to tap it to sustainable development. So like, how would you balance the need for like economic growth with like environmental sustainability?
Well, sustainability is, for me, it's huge, and I think
Sure.
I reflect the entire city. They are really embracing the Go Green initiative and whatever we can do to reduce the carbon footprint. So the city immediately, once we started this sustainability committee, we reached out and we hired a person, Dr. Rose Daly, who's our sustainability coordinator, is doing
Beautiful.
a phenomenal job. We've also created, again, this sustainability committee that promotes sustainability and then the direction that we're going.
Okay.
We carefully review all the developments to make certain that they protect our environment, which that is key. We have a strong stormwater management program where we, keep all the junk out of our, if we can, out of our sewer, stormwater. We meet with the DNR regularly to make sure we're up to speed on all the latest. And some of our fleet is converting over to electric-powered vehicles. So we're actually walking the talk. So
Okay.
we want to embrace everyone to go electric if you can, stop the pollution. And then I'm very proud of the fact that this facility here, this library expansion, along with the new Sun Prairie utility building that they're building,
yes. So
each achieved LEED Gold certification. If you know what LEED is, it's LEED. It's like one of the upper tiers of carbonless
Okay.
footprints in the area. So I promoted doing geothermal out here. So underneath the parking lot, we have some geothermal wells, which are hopefully going to heat this entire building.
I saw those out there.
Yeah,
them
we
look
have.
nice.
This is going to be a resiliency center. If we have a disaster, God forbid, in Sun Prairie, this place will be the place where people bring, let's say, their medicine and such. We have a system out there. Maybe you saw it. It's a huge battery system.
Yeah.
We call it BESS. It's a battery environmental sound. Anyway, we call it BESS, and that will be running for people to charge their phones or to charge anything up.
I like that.
They need assistance with electricity.
Sure.
So, as far as sustainability, I think we're hopefully leading the charge on that.
Because we look like we got that covered then.
Yeah. Now, my question is a public safety question. Beyond law enforcement, what is your approach to public safety?
Public safety, we have a social worker who handles the mental health side of keeping our public safe.
Okay.
So in other words, this person is part of our safety group, safety being police, fire, EMS. When those groups are called out, a lot of times people are having the worst day of their life. And every time I see a rescue squad go by or fire truck or whatever, it's like, somebody's not having a good day.
Right.
So we have a social worker that is a good part of that, and this social worker goes out, and if people, have lost or been displaced or whatever, this person actually kind of carries the ball with everything. We're also part of a CARES program that we've been fortunate enough to be part of, and what that is, it's a Community Alternative Response Emergency Services. We got the grant, and this will help with mental health. It's designed to be an additional resource.
Wow.
Yeah.
For those nonviolent, I want to really emphasize nonviolent behavior health emergencies that occur in our community. You never know when those are going to pop up, but
for sure.
we're ready. Hopefully we're ready.
And which remind me, because we did a couple of shows on that, on mental health, and even with certain people who have like ADHD, all that good stuff. So I like that, and I like the programs and everything that you're putting in place to make sure that everyone is safe as a community.
That's safety's number one. I
Absolutely.
mean, you talk to anybody who I'm sure is the mayor or whoever, safety is your number one priority.
And which worries me a lot, because now I want to talk about the homeless.
Sure.
So, how can we provide safety for our homeless, as far as like what is like someone like the multiple solutions that you would use to propose and address the homeless crisis, like in which organizations that you work with? Okay.
Well, currently we have a really good partnership or relationship with an organization in town called the Sunshine Place.
Okay.
And that Sunshine Place, what they do is they have resources there that find people homes, find them beds, find them, a lot of necessities to keep them especially warm in the upcoming winter. We also partner with the Boys and Girls Club. So just went to Michael Johnson's 50th birthday party the other night.
Oh, wow.
And they are a key resource in our city. We also have other nonprofits that we partner with. But these organizations can provide the homeless with alternatives. And I think that's what's key. Rather than sleeping in your car or, huddled up in a, downtown in an entryway, we want to make sure people have alternatives. So we did earmark some ARPA money in the past for similar initiatives, and those worked out well. So.
Okay. I like that.
Oh, wow. This is a small business question. What will you do to attract and support small businesses, and how will you reduce red tape to make it easier for them to operate?
Okay. Well, I'll go on record as stating I'm pro-business and development friendly.
All right.
And so if the business has found a good location and can provide an equally good product that makes it a win-win in this city, I'm all for that. I regularly attend ribbon cuttings, and we've had quite a few lately in the city with new businesses coming in. And the main goal there is to ensure that our citizens, if we can alleviate some of the red tape, or I guess what I should say is some of the red tape is there because we want to make sure that our citizens have a safe place to work and
For
to
sure.
shop.
Got it.
So that's, it depends on how you call red tape, I guess. But we have, our building inspectors are, they take the state regulations and they bring them down to Sun Prairie. And so we don't try and have people cut corners that would be a safety type issue. So, but anyway, the red tape is there for a reason, if you want to call it that.
Absolutely.
But we want to make sure everybody's safe and that, their safety isn't compromised.
Okay.
For sure. And then another public safety question that I have for you, Mayor. How do you plan to transform the culture of politics in our area?
Okay. Transform politics?
Yeah.
That, I guess I'm not sure what would you mean by transforming. I don't want to go off on a tangent.
As far as transforming politics, as far as the culture of politics in our area, what can we do different, or what can we implement more in our communities as far as public safety?
Okay. Well, one of the things that I'm doing right now, feedback, again, I'm usually trying to be out at every event that I can.
For sure.
And farmers market or whatever. And I think I do that when I'm out there because people find me approachable. And if there's an issue in the city, they know they can come to me.
Nice.
And right away I'll be on my phone or send an email before I leave that spot. And I'll send a note out trying to have somebody fix what's broken. But what I did was, based on community feedback, is people feel that they might not be receiving the communication of what's happening at
Nice.
city government enough.
Yeah.
So a number of months ago, I stood up a ad hoc communication committee, which we are meeting tonight, winding it down. And what we wanted to do, I guess the challenge I had is, how can we communicate with our public better? And so part of the answer of people becoming more into politics or whatever is they have to know what's out there. They have to be communicated to or communicated with. And so this communication committee is going to come up with ways where, if you want to run for office, here's how you do it. Things like that. If you want to be involved in city government, here's what we have open. Or if you want to attend meetings, some people don't even know when meetings are. Here's what meetings are coming up. And
For sure.
and so, it's all about communication, I think. And so, if people, want to get involved in the political scene, my door is always open, and we have 8 alders that'll be happy to answer questions as to what it's like.
Love it.
Love it. My question for you is, describe your approach to managing a city with a diverse range of opinions and political leanings.
Well, again, I think I'm very approachable, and so I think that's what I bring to the city. I do field a diverse range of opinions and political sides. You can't be, as a mayor or any person in a position like this, it's nonpartisan. So I don't publicly lean one way or another. And so I think it's important that a mayor or anybody, even an alder, be a good listener. That's number one.
Okay.
Definitely.
And so as far as managing a city, you have to listen to the people. I've always said, I'll vote how the people want me to vote. That's why they put me in the chair. And I did that as an alder, and I'm doing that as a mayor. That's the feedback you get. And so I tell people all the time, if you agree with me, fine. But if you don't agree with me, that's who I want to hear from. I want to hear what your opinion is. So the diversity goes from one end of the spectrum to the other. I'm open to listening and hopefully acting on their behalf.
That's what we like about you, Mayor. And I'm glad that you're the mayor of Sun Prairie, because things that you did as an alderman. You was there for the needs of people. A lot of tough, challenging situations that you faced, and you was always there. Doors was always open. And I'm like, when I found out Steve Stocker's mayor, I'm like, we got to get a show in with him. Like that.
I so
Such an
appreciate
awesome
that.
cause.
Thank you so
Such an
much,
awesome
Alan.
guy, man. And my last question would be to you, Mayor, is what steps would you take to put our city on like a more firmer financial footing?
Well, interesting you say that, because right now we're in the budget season. And
Sure.
so if you're able to review the mayor's budget for 2026, you'll see that I have not approved any initiatives that would add to our cost to continue. Cost to continue for the listening public is what happens year after year after year. So if, let's say, we would hire a new person, okay, that would be an initiative in this year's budget.
Mm-hmm.
But that initiative, then, with that person being hired, would carry from year to year to year, and it would add to our tax levy amount. So what I wanted to do this year, because it's no secret we're going out for a referendum, because we're hitting the top of, because the state legislature said you can't go over a certain amount, otherwise you need to ask for more funds or whatever, ask the public to expand that. So with us especially going out for referendum, I didn't want to give the optics that we're just adding people all the time.
For sure.
So I drew the line, and I said, to our city administrator, he pushed it down the departments, that I would not be approving anything people-wise or initiatives that would add to our cost to continue. In other words, a balanced budget.
Mm-hmm.
We want to, if we can freeze the budget, we can't because of inflation and other outside things. The tariffs are hitting us for all of our projects. And so we're being hit with all these challenges. But if those weren't in play, I wanted to make sure that the budget was as it was this year. So again, I'm not approving any cost to continue.
Okay.
And with the referendum going out, I wanted to make sure that our taxpayers knew that and heard that message, that we're not just wildly spending like they think, other entities are. And I will say, though, that it's very important how others view us.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be like Moody's. If you know Moody's, they've continued to give us high marks, because if Moody's doesn't give you a high mark, the ability to go out for a loan to do our street projects and that, it's going to cost us more, or we're not going to get them.
Oh, yeah.
So, and again, we've received numerous awards around our fiscal policy and best practices from, again, outside judging. So that all makes me feel really good about our fiscal health.
All right. Well, Steve, how can the people find you if they want to be able to reach you by any chance?
They can find me a number of ways, actually. Best way, if they don't have any contact information on me, is to go out to the City of Sun Prairie website.
Okay.
And if you click on local government, my contact information is there, both my email address and my phone number. And since I'm usually up until 2 or 3 in the morning answering emails, feel free to call me anytime, and chances are I might pick up. So I welcome the calls, and trying to fix whatever's broken, or just go on with what's not broken, and just having that reassurance that we're going the right direction.
Sounds good. And this is the Allen and DJ Show. You can find us at the Allen and DJ Show at gmail.com if you have any questions about what you want us to talk about next. Again, you can also find the Allen and DJ Show on YouTube. You can also find the Allen and DJ Show on Facebook, our fan page, which is widely growing. I think we're 300 away from 11,000. It's a lot of followers, man. And then also you can find us on the Sun Prairie media app at the Allen and DJ Show. And you can find William J. Smith, our in-house producer, on Instagram and Facebook, and Alan Hutchinson on Instagram and Facebook. And until next time, we're going to fix this city, because we're going to put Wisconsin where it needs to be at. And that's over the whole state of Wisconsin, because we're going to stay well, stay healthy.
Peace.
Shout out to the mayor, man.
Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate
problem.
you.